Okay, everybody, I'm taking a walk down, I think this is Calle Uno, which is a street right off the ferry dock. As we get closer, I'll show you what that looks. And we're going to walk along the Malecon and take a look at the ocean view. The ferries are really starting to come in, so there's all kinds of people. I'll turn around and show you here. It's just a lot of people rolling into town and going to be hanging out for the day. So there's all kinds of kind of franchise restaurants along here. You see Fat Tuesdays, but really not a lot of fast food or franchise food. It's all sit-down sort of thing. And there's a lot of vendors that are going to kind of hit you up to rent a car or take an excursion with them. All right behind me is the ferry terminal, and so you can kind of see you've got a couple of the fast ferry boats there, Windjets, Ultramar, and Explora. And then on the other side of the street, they've got restaurants right away. There's Palmera's and a couple other places that you can find. I'm going to continue to walk down the Malecon. It's going to get loud here. They're starting to ramp up with some music. But this is all really walkable, just beautiful sort of area. And there's all kinds of people in costumes that are here for a dance exposition or competition. I don't know if you can hear it, but they're just blasting out the bachata music. It's the drum corps sort of thing. It's not live, it's coming out from speakers, but it's real beautiful. It's hard not to shake it when you hear something like that. Okay, so the spot I'm walking past here, these are the Tecate booths. They have pallets full of Tecate that they're going to serve up tonight. There's a bunch of DJs up on this stage that's where all the younger people were the night before. And then you can also find lots of taxi stands and such ready to take you wherever you need to go once you get off the ferry. We have no short of taxis here on the island to be able to take you wherever you need to go, vans and whatnot. It's all super nice, super beautiful. They're clean, they're well kept, they're very nice. Most of them speak enough English to get you through the ride, so not a real problem here. There's also a lot of bars that line the Malecon, especially up on the second floor. They got a lot of stuff going on there, so no shortness of entertainment and activities in Cozumel. Like I said, there are beach entrances with small beach areas that you can go wade in, but it's super rocky. Those can be kind of sharp if you don't be careful. I know I've kind of sliced my knee open on some of those before, but you know, it's not like there's absence of activity to the water, but you got to kind of work for it and find a beach club that's gonna meet your needs. You know, there's a lot of traffic here too, but not too bad. It's not too bad to get around on bike or scooter if you're into that, but like I said, it seems a little dangerous for me, so I haven't done that yet. Behind me is going to be your snorkel excursion boats, and this is one of the piers that you can get on. And if you're going to go on a snorkel excursion or such, you'll be able to set it up and meet them there, get your stuff, get your life jackets, and then take off and head off to the water. We've got some beautiful snorkeling here, so it's if you're into that, it's well worth it. So Sundays at Cozumel, there's no cruise ships, I believe. I don't see any. It's much more of a family day. So you're going to see a lot, especially by noon, there'll be a lot of people that connect on about every side of the water. They'll find every little sand beach that they can to come hang out on for the day and enjoy time with their family. So heads up on that. On Sundays, it's just a little different vibe here in Cozumel. I'm feeling very rope monster doing the the Osprey daylighter pack, and which works really good for storing my film stuff and doing the walking vlog. But I hope you like this. This is a lot of fun, and thanks to Rope Monster for being a good inspiration on being a YouTuber. Okay, I want to talk about our taxi ride yesterday with Angelina. She was wonderful. When we first saw her, you could tell she's a little bit tired. She had 2 stuffed animals up front. She was sticking one behind her back because you could tell she's uncomfortable. She said she had a shift of about 16 hours that day. So she's a busy gal, and you know, 55 years old, 2 kids, no grandkids, but super sweet person that we really enjoyed chatting with. Talked about everything, where we lived, what we did, how many years we got left till we retire, what we want to do, and that sort of thing. She was born in Merida. So, like I said, all this conversation for me was in Spanish. It's probably the longest conversation in Spanish that I got to have. And that's the way it usually is with taxi drivers, because they can't go anywhere. So we get to have a nice long conversation with them. So right in front of me is the cruise ship port. You can see they kind of got a skywalk to get across the street, and then there's another little downtown area, or mercado area, where people can go shop, and lighthouse up top, so it's pretty nice. Even the traffic down here kind of slowed down a little bit, which is really interesting, probably because there are no cruise ships today, so nobody moving around. I don't expect too many shops to be open, especially because it's Sunday, but yeah, it looks like Senior Frogs might be open. I don't think they ever close. It's a 24/7 operation. And talk about security. I mean, you're gonna have to see police and guardsmen coming all over the place and keeping things protected. So no shortage of kind of eyes on things. I've never had a situation really in Mexico where I felt unsafe. All right, I'm gonna cross the road here. Let's see how I do. We're gonna look both ways. One car coming. It's gotta remember, pedestrians don't have the right of way here in Mexico. So you gotta really watch out and make sure that the road's clear before you go. Okay, it looks like Ahora, aquí en Ahora, kind of a coffee shop, cafe. Really nice. Got Canadian hockey going. That was the other thing we discovered. There's so many Canadians here that a lot of the channels are Canadian channels. So you see all the Olympic highlight, the Canada highlights. Of course, there's a Starbucks in case you're looking to Jones for your Starbucks. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't claim to partake, but seems like everybody likes that stuff. All right, I'm just going past the Soriana, which is their one of their supermarkets, supermercado aquí. And it doesn't seem terribly busy today, but you know, it's hard to tell. Okay, just coming up on, I think, the Moby Dick area, which is where the big concerts are happening, and tonight's festivities. So I'm going to see what this looks like. I'm at Palacio Municipal. So this is, I think, where one of the parks is for some of the main festivities. You can see the Palacio is right behind me, along with a dancing shark. That's kind of cool, dancing dinosaur. Little music going on, but that's really all that's going on here right now. But it's kind of cool to see this stage set up. I mean, it's an enormous production. They do a really good job. Okay, I'm gonna start heading back towards downtown. We might get a little pool time in yet today. Okay, one hidden tip for Mexico. Always walk on the shady side of the street. I take great pains to figure out which side of the road is going to be cooler for me to walk on, so I don't get as sweaty when I'm walking around. But I see a lot of people doing that, but they don't want to be on that side. So also, I try to choose breakfast or dinner on the shady side of the street versus trying to go to the other side where it's going to be in direct sun. There's one exception to that, and that's at sunset, where you want to see that happen. Okay, I'm right across the street from Thirsty Cougar. It's one of the bars in town. It's got nice outdoor seating and an open air vibe. They make real fruit margaritas and they're enormous. As you can probably see on that sign behind me, they overflow the cup quite a bit. And you're gonna get your full serving of margarita when you order one there. Okay, as a lot of people warn, you're going to find the really inflated prices over here, right along the Malecon. But it's the easiest part to get to. It's really accessible and it's not too hard to find. And you know, they got everything you're going to want here, minus hardware or anything like that. But you know, you got a pharmacy on every corner, farmacia, and all kinds of shopping things that you can find. And there's friendly people that are willing to help you out. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Ah, no, gracias. Es muy hermoso, pero... Mira, gracias, pero no. So like I said, you just find the folks that are willing to share with you and want you to see their stuff. And then the hustle's really good here, so you got to admire the hustle. Okay, it's starting to pick up a little bit. There's a lot more traffic and we're getting a couple places that are opening up for the day, but you can see a lot of these storefronts are closed on Sunday because that's family day. A lot of places take the day off because there's no cruise ships in town. So you have to kind of plan ahead, but that doesn't mean everything's closed. There's a lot of places still open that you can access. Okay, I'm going to take a little detour through the park. I'm going to try to see if I got access to a pool here at this hotel, so that's going to be the next thing I go to. They're really, turn you around, they're really set up for this festival. So there's a lot more vendors than you might normally see here in the park. And they got the stage going. Looks like they got musicians that are setting up for the day already, so maybe we'll get some entertainment that way. Might be hanging out here more than I think. Yeah, there's some people over here too. So I'm gonna walk towards where there's a crowd of people all looking in one direction. That might be something going on. I mean, you can see these kids put a lot of time into these costumes. They're so elaborate, and the choreography and everything's just really beautiful. And makeup is done to the T, and yeah, just amazing. It's really fun to see.